Just to warn you guys that this chapter does contain some disturbing and sensitive subject matters that others may find it disturbing and or upsetting. Kim and Jeffrey were inside the forest. They kept their eyes out for any bandits or demons in the area. As they continued to walk, they both saw a campsite in the distance and crouched down. They both slowly approached the camp, but there was no one in sight. "No one's here," Kim said. "I'll look near the picnic table while you look in the tents," Jeffrey instructed as he and Kim searched the areas for many clues. Kim looked inside one of the tents to find 2 sleeping bags, a stuffed teddy bear, and a picture of a woman and her daughter. To Kim, a mother and daughter were living in the tent of a bandit campsite just to get away from the demons. "Find anything?" Jeffrey asked. "Nothing much, just sleeping bags, a teddy bear, and a photo of a woman and her daughter," Kim replied. "Halt right there!" A woman's voice shouted as Jeffrey and Kim turned their attention to the woman who shouted. She had a crossbow. "Who are you?" "That ain't important. What matters is the demons take everything from you. It's all the same shit every day. I have to survive the outbreak of demons," the woman replied. "We had a deal with you guys. Why did one of your bandit friends attack my brother and Doom Guy?" Jeffrey asked. "You guys are all monsters. All men are. They take advantage of you. They even rob you and do God knows what. I could kill the both of you and be fine with it. I got the balls." The woman was cut off when Kim fired her rifle at the woman, making her fall down to the ground dead. "Whoa," Jeffrey said, as Kim was shaking and breathing fast. "I didn't want to shoot her, but she left us no choice," Kim stated while breathing. "I understand. I had a feeling you were going to shoot her," Jeffrey said. "Well, not much here. We better head back. Maybe this will tell the bandits to back off," Kim stated as she and Jeffrey headed back to the farm. When they got back to the farm, Jeffrey and Kim had told Dylan and Amanda about the woman in the bandit camp. Not much was there, but at least one less bandit to worry about. Kim headed to the barn where the animals were kept. However, it was huge, so there was lots to look at. Kim looked to see James Possible pacing back and forth, and it confused her. "Dad, why are you pacing back and forth?" Kim asked. "They're hiding something behind his barn door. I'm sure of it," James said. "Dad, we can't just assume that. Maybe they aren't hiding something," Kim stated. "I have a suspicious feeling, Kim. I know it is as fathers know these things," James answered. "Okay, so how do we get in?" Kim replied with a question. "No idea. Maybe distract Dylan somehow, and then we can get this door open. Then we'll see what their true colors are," James instructed as Kim nodded. Kim walked outside the barn and then headed for the generator powering up the fence. When she looked to see a toolbox not far from the generator, she looked inside to find a few tools, but what caught her eye was the multi-tool. Kim grabbed the multi-tool and then turned off the generator. Once she did that, she managed to mess up the generator. It was the only way to distract Dylan so he could find out what was in the barn, stuff that the St. Matthews don't want their group to know about. Once she finished messing with the generator, she put the multi-tool in her pocket, then got up to head back out inside the barn. As she was heading inside the barn, Dylan walked out of the house to see the generator was messed up. Frustrated, he cussed to himself while trying to figure out who tampered with it. Kim headed back inside the barn with a multi-tool when she and James heard the bell ringing. "That must be dinner. See if you can get the door open," James said to Kim as he headed out of the barn. Kim began to use the multi-tool to pick at the lock. Within a few moments of tampering with it, she managed to get the lock off of the door. However, when Kim opened the door, her heart dropped to her stomach. This section of the barn, while locked off, was filled with saws, bear traps, bladed weapons, and even some bloodstains everywhere. "What the fuck?" Kim asked herself as she wondered what the St. Matthews were doing. "Did you hear the bell?" Dylan asked, catching Kim's attention as she turned to face him. "Dinner time." "What the hell is this you got in that room?" Kim replied with a question, clearly shocked. "Look, we got food, but we gotta go hunting. Ma doesn't like us making a mess, so we capture the food, skin it, and dress it back there," Dylan answered as he and Kim headed inside the farmhouse. Inside the farmhouse, everyone was in the dining room. Kim then sat down with her friends, as they were all excited to see what Amanda cooked up for them. "Where's Eddie?" Dr. Draken asked. Don't you worry about him. I already brought up some food up. You just let him rest. Amanda reassured him. Where's Doom Guy? Kim asked. He had to do something back at the bunker, but he will come back if we don't show up at the bunker in 2 hours, Shigo replied. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, Dr. Draken said as he left the dining room. In the hallway, Dr. Draken looked upstairs to check on Eddie, so he headed upstairs to find a cord leading to the room where Eddie was supposed to be resting. Dr. Draken looked inside, but found the bed to be empty. Amanda apparently lied to him. Where's Eddie? I thought Amanda said he was up here resting, Dr. Draken commented. Then he found a bookshelf blocking a door that led to the upstairs bathroom. Curious, he shoved the bookshelf out of the way and turned on the light. What Dr. Draken saw horrified him to the bone. He opened the door to a bloodbath, seeing Eddie's legs both hacked off. He was barely alive when he looked at Dr. Draken. Chills went down his spine. Drew! Eddie groaned in pain. Shit, Eddie, what happened to your legs? Dr. Draken asked in shock. Don't eat dinner. They chopped my legs off. Just trust me on this, Eddie groaned. Drew Lipsky, did you fall in? Amanda laughed from downstairs. Food is on the table. Come and eat. Dr. Draken knew that Eddie's limbs were being fed to his friends, so he rushed down the stairs and got to the doorframe of the dining room. Don't eat that! Dr. Draken shouted, thus confusing everyone. Jesus, Dr. D, did you find something? Shigo asked. Drew, what's wrong? You look pale. Sit down, your supper is getting cold, Amanda stated. What has gotten into you? Kim asked. This woman right here is fucking insane. She's running a slaughterhouse, Dr. Draken exclaimed. Wait, is that true? Ron asked. Rufus looked at him with confusion. Eddie is upstairs right now with his fucking legs cut off. She's serving him as meat, Dr. Draken exclaimed again. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna be sick, James said. It could have been all right with you folks, Jeffrey muttered. He would have died anyway. We gotta think about living, Dylan added. Amanda, tell us the truth, the real truth, and no bullshit, Dr. Draken said coldly. It's true. While growing up, I was taught not to waste. It was how I was raised and how I raised my boys. Now you've got demons around that kill and eat people, to continue to kill until they eat some more. We found a way to put the meat to better use, Amanda replied, telling the truth to Kim's group. Dylan is right. We go after people who are gonna die anyway, one way or another. Like y'all, Jeffrey added. Shigo, attack! Dr. Draken instructed, as Shigo's fist glowed green. However, Dylan and Jeffrey took out their guns. Nobody's going anywhere, Dylan shouted. We got lots of use for y'all right here, Jeffrey stated. Then Dylan grabbed Bonnie by the hair, to which she started screaming. Let her go, you son of a bitch! Kim snarled as Jeffrey held her at gunpoint. Unsure of what to do, Shigo was about to lunge when Amanda knocked her out with a spinal tap from behind. She was knocked out cold, as she was being dragged by Jeffrey and Dylan. They brought all of Kim's friends and kept Bonnie and James Possible inside the house. Kim and her friends were inside the meat locker, inside the barn. Shigo woke up hours later with Ron banging on the door, shouting insults at the people that betrayed him. Kim looked to see Shigo waking up. Shigo, I'm glad you're okay, Kim said, hugging her arch-nemesis. My head hurts. What happened? Shigo asked. You were knocked out by Amanda, and they locked us all in here, Kim replied with an explanation. They got Bonnie and Kim's dad. We have to get out of here, Ron said in panic. There has to be a way out of here. There has to be, Hugo asked. How long was I out? Shigo asked. About 2 hours. We gotta get Bonnie and James and get out of here, Ron answered. Shigo looked around for a way out, but there were shelves of meat and salt licks. However, Shigo saw a ventilation shaft and got an idea. There's a ventilation shaft. One of us can climb up there into the other side and get us free, Shigo stated. Good idea. I still have the multi-tool I took from them, Kim replied as she showed the multi-tool to the group. Smart move, KP. Now we can get free, Ron replied. Then Kim began to get the ventilation shaft open. It took her a couple of minutes, but with help she managed to open the ventilation shaft. Now we need someone to fight in there and unlock the door from the other side, Dr. Draken commented. We'll do it, Jim and Tim both said at the same time. They're small enough to fit through, so you boys be careful, Kim said, as she and Ron both lifted Jim and Tim up so they can both crawl into the ventilation shaft. When Jim and Tim crawled from the ventilation shaft, they reached from the other side of the room, to which it was worn. Kim opened the door to find it a bloodbath with tools. They headed for the meat locker door and pushed it open, after unlocking it, of course. "How is it out there?" Ron asked. "2 men are outside the barn," Jim replied. "Me and Shigo will take them on," Kim said, as she and Shigo snuck around the barn, hiding in one of the stalls. Kim opened the stall door a crack to see Jeffrey and Dylan talking. "How did it go with Bonnie Rockweiler? After I had 2 rounds on her?" Jeffrey asked. "I did a couple of rounds to her. She would be the perfect toy for a while," Dylan replied. Kim realized in horror that the men have sexually assaulted Bonnie. "Yeah, maybe Kim Possible can be one too. Maybe we can even impregnate her," Jeffrey said while drinking a beer. It was raining outside too, so it was a bit noisy since there was a rainstorm coming. "What are they saying?" Shigo asked, as Kim shut the stall door to look at her. "They sexually assaulted Bonnie, and they are planning to do the same to me," Kim replied as she listened in. "I gotta go to the shed for ammo. Maybe kill Shigo, she's better off stuffed," Dylan said to Jeffrey as he walked off. Jeffrey set up a bear trap out near the entrance of the barn. Kim turned to Shigo. "We'll both jump on them. See where they are now," Shigo stated. As Kim opened the stall door, Jeffrey was standing there in front of her with the rifle pointed at her. Kim grabbed the gun as Jeffrey fired a shot, to which it didn't hit anyone. Kim then grabbed the knife and stabbed Jeffrey in the thigh. Shigo then joined in and blasted green plasma at Jeffrey. Jeffrey stumbled backwards towards the hay pile, but he stepped on his own bear trap and he snapped on his leg. Jeffrey couldn't get up, so he stared at Kim and Shigo, who attacked him. They both had weapons in hand. "How did you get out?" Jeffrey asked. "No one cares about that, asshole," Shigo snarled. "Where is Bonnie and my dad?" Kim replied harshly, grabbing the pitchfork and getting ready to attack him with it. "You can't kill me. If you do, the meat gets tainted, and you can't eat it," Jeffrey pleaded. "You're already tainted," Kim spat coldly. "Tell me where Bonnie and my dad are." "They're in the house," Jeffrey replied, but then Kim plunged the pitchfork to his chest, killing him instantly. "Move on my lead," Shigo instructed her brothers Jim and Tim and Dr. Draken and Nana Possible, along with Ron. "Where's Dylan?" Dr. Draken asked. "No idea where he is. Ron, call Wade and send Doom Guy here," Kim instructed Ron, to which Ron followed her order. Kim headed outside to find a former commando wandering around. But Kim saw that he was chainsawed in half by someone, and it revealed to be Doom Guy as he brought Joss along with him. "Kim, thank God you're okay. You guys have been out for a long time," Doom Guy stated. "They assaulted Bonnie, and my dad's in the house. Jeffrey is dead, but I don't know where Dylan is," Kim said. "I had a feeling something happened while you guys were here," Joss replied. "You guys okay?" Joss asked. "Everyone's under Shigo's protection. You two find a way inside the dairy without being caught. You two can jump on them whenever they spot me." "Right, will do," Doom Guy said, as Kim then scurried towards the farmhouse. When Kim got to the gate of the farmhouse, a silhouette of Amanda was at the front door. She couldn't see who it was since the rainstorm was hindering the sight, but she knew someone was there. "Dylan? Jeffrey? Is that you?" Amanda called. "Jeffrey is dead at the barn. It's Kim," Kim called back, to which it frightened Amanda as she backed away from the front door. Kim headed towards the front of the barn farmhouse, and when she got to the door, she looked inside to find Amanda holding Bonnie hostage with a knife in hand. Bonnie looked beaten and bruised and had blood trickling down her legs. Kim opened the door to see Amanda pressing the knife closer to Bonnie's neck. "Stop right there, I mean it," Amanda stated. "Think about what you're doing. It doesn't have to end like this," Kim pleaded, trying to reason with Amanda. "I'll kill her, Kim," Amanda replied. "Just let me go. I've been through enough already," Bonnie pleaded with tears streaming down her face. Kim slowly began to get closer towards Amanda with Bonnie, but behind them was a Hell Knight that broke in from the back door of the farmhouse. "Stay back! Don't try anything stupid," Amanda shouted. "Let her go, Amanda." Kim pleaded as Amanda took Bonnie and backed up a few steps. Kim slowly began walking towards Amanda as the Hell Knight began to get closer. I don't want to kill her or you, Kim, Amanda said. Please don't make this any worse than it is, Kim pleaded as Amanda backed up a few steps with Bonnie hostage. However, when the Hell Knight was close enough, it grabbed Amanda and bit her. Bonnie was free by Amanda trying to fight off the Hell Knight. Amanda screamed as the Hell Knight bites into Amanda, killing her while ripping her apart. They got James. You guys okay? Bonnie asked. We're okay. Kim was then cut off when she heard shouting from outside. Kim and Bonnie ran outside the house to find James at gunpoint by Dylan. Shigo was yelling at him to let James go. Let him go, asshole! Shigo shouted. Who the fuck do you people think you are? Look at what you have done! Dylan shouted back. You brought this on yourselves by trying to feed us a man's legs, Kim said as Dylan turned his attention towards Kim. Then he shoved James out of the way as Kim made a run for the gun. As Kim started to fight with Dylan for a bit when he was shot in the leg by Doom Guy from his pistol, giving Kim a fighting chance. Kim and Dylan were fighting while holding the rifle. However, Dylan then dropped the rifle and put Kim in a headlock. Kim struggled to get free when Doom Guy pulled Dylan away from Kim, pummeling him to the ground. As Doom Guy began to beat the shit out of Dylan, Kim looked around to see some imps, Hell Knights, and Barons of Hell just outside of the fence. After a couple of minutes, Dr. Draken approached Doom Guy. Doom Guy, I believe that's enough now, Dr. Draken said, to which Doom Guy continued to punch Dylan. I said that's enough now. He's had enough. Doom Guy stopped beating up Dylan and stood up, and then he took some deep breaths. It's over! Doom Guy shouted as Dylan stumbled to stand up. You ain't shit. When Ma and Jeffrey get out here, you're all fucked, Dylan stated. They're dead, and we don't give a fuck, Kim shouted at Dylan. Dylan's heart dropped to his stomach upon hearing that his mother and brother were both dead. What did you do? What did you do? Dylan cried. Does it look like we care? Doom Guy scoffed as he and Kim began to walk away. Don't you dare walk away from me, Kim Possible! Get back here and finish this! Dylan taunted, to which Kim kicked Dylan to an electric fence, electrocuting him. Dylan screamed as he was being electrocuted to death. It was loud enough that the generator soon stopped working. The imps, Hell Knights, and Barons of Hell were overrunning the farm by knocking the fence down. Joss turned to see it, and then turned to the group. They're getting in, Joss stated. Let's go. All of us, Kim stated as she started to lead the way. Shigo, Ron, Rufus, Nana, James, Bonnie, Joss, Dr. Draken, and Doom Guy all began to walk away. As they were walking away, leaving the dairy farm to be overrun with imps, Hell Knights, and Barons of Hell. Once Kim and her group got away from the dairy farm, they were alone in the forest with no demons around. It was quiet. I heard what those men did to you, Bonnie. Want to talk about it? Kim asked. While you were in the meat locker, Jeffrey and Dylan both took my innocence from me. I tried to fight back, and told them to stop, but they overpowered me and kept going and going. Bonnie sobbed. I'm sorry you went through that, Bonnie. Those men were going to do the same to me. Hell, they were thinking of impregnating me, Kim replied. That is just sick, Bonnie commented. If Doom Guy and Joss hadn't come to our rescue, we may not have gotten out of there alive, Shigo stated. Were they really killing people? For food? Joss asked her cousin. Yeah, Dr. Draken stopped us before any of us consumed the meat. They were cannibals. My dad has his suspicions on them, Kim replied. Sorry for leaving some people with less fighting experience, but Doom Guy said to Kim, it's a good thing you and Joss showed up. That family are sick cannibals that tried to feed us a man's legs, Kim replied. Kimmy, did you really have to kill those men? James asked his daughter. I'm sorry you had to see that, Dad. They were bad people. They assaulted Bonnie, Kim answered. Jesus Christ, how evil can men like them be? James replied in shock. But I'm glad Dr. Draken revealed the truth to us. Without him, we would have turned into cannibals as well, Kim said. Suddenly Ron looked to see an abandoned station wagon in the woods. Lights were on there and there were boxes of supplies inside. Ron signaled for Kim to get closer, to which she did the same, and she and Ron slowly approached the vehicle. Hello? Anyone here? Kim called, but there was no reply. She and Ron approached the car and found the car to be unlocked from the front seats. She grabbed the car keys and disabled the alarm. Holy shit, Kimmy Cub, you have just hit the jackpot, James exclaimed, looking inside the trunk from the window. There's a load of food and supplies back here. This could save all of us, Jim asked. But what if it's someone else's stuff? Tim stated. We have to take this, Jim and Tim. We need it to survive, James replied. Kim unlocked the trunk door and handed back some boxes for the group members. She handed Ron a box of food. Bonnie took a box of medical supplies. James took some ammo and weapons. Kim handed some boxes to everyone in the group so they can carry something. Then she found a sweater that looked like it may fit her. There's a sweater in here. It might fit me, Kim said. It has a cute kitty cat on there, Ron commented as Kim looked at the sweater. Once Kim and her group grabbed the remaining supplies from the station wagon, they all headed back off towards the bunker. When they got to the bunker, Wade let them in, and Kim and her group told the others about what happened at the St. Matthew's Dairy, knowing that they're dead, meaning they will not be coming back for revenge.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.